The champ is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring him in.
What's going on, brother? Good to see you. See you again. Appreciate it.
TJ Dillashaw.
Welcome back.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
For more than 10 minutes this time.
Yeah, right?
Hangs out, leaves, go gets a belt, comes back.
That's the way I do it.
Yes, it is the way you do it.
Yes.
That was a crazy fight, though.
Crazy fight, crazy night of fights, really.
I know.
The whole card was awesome, man.
But you're here, the others aren't, so I want to talk about your fight.
Sweet.
You almost lost.
Yeah, I mean, I took a nice right hand at the end of that first round.
Right, at the very end of that round, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I saw interviews afterwards that you you kicked it into another gear or something, but it seemed to me like leg kicks all of a sudden you added at the start of that round, or no?
No, just kind of switched up my movement. First round I was playing a lot of leg kicks, a lot of body kicks, keeping my kicks low, doing a lot of movement and staying long. The plan was to stay long. Cody likes to throw short hooks. He's really fast, really powerful. The last 10 seconds, I kind of threw that game plan out of the window.
Right.
The round was so close, I wanted to try to win it.
Okay.
I got a little overly aggressive and got caught with that right hand, So Dwayne sent me down in the corner. He's like, all right, I think you're setting your kicks up too much. You're moving a little bit too much. Let's stay in the pocket a little bit more and throw some power behind those kicks,
Do you think to yourself when you get tagged like that, I don't even know at your level of athleticism, if you get tagged like that, do you actually lose any cardio, or is it you're just so conditioned that that's not a thing that you worry about in the back of your mind?
I know being in better shape helps with your chin.
Right.
The better cardio you do have, like the better you can recover from it.
But when you get like rocked like that, you got 60 seconds. Are you like, this has happened to me so many times where in sparring I've been stunned like that.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that you have had a past of sparring where you guys would just go full bore, right?
All the time, man. We'd go like way too aggressive. And when I first got the alpha male, we'd spar like 3 or 4 times a week too. It was like just kind of like no coach, just kind of go at it, get better, beat each other up.
Which means sometimes you would know you were concussed and you waited 60 seconds and went back out there. Because that was the thing that for me, where I was like, this isn't my job. I'm not going to say anything right now because I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But I did just get knocked unconscious. I should not be in the next round. This is your fucking careers. Like I know that that's stupid because I've been knocked out before, and the doctor was like, "Don't hit your head again for a couple months."
Yeah.
Let alone in the next 5 minutes start hitting it again.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
You do that all the time.
Oh, I wouldn't say all the time. No.
You used to.
Not anymore. Yeah, I'd say when I first got into the sport, like we'd go too hard. You'd go home, especially when you're not as good on your feet and you're doing boxing sparring. You go home with a headache that day.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't show up 2 days later and spar again. You should actually really take some time off. Be smart about it. But I don't think that as much knowledge was back then, as well as we didn't have a coach. But
it also kind of helped in a way, don't you think? Because I feel like you've got that sense of security. When you got tagged, you were like, in 60 seconds, that's not going to be there. Because that's what I would. When I saw you get rocked, I'm like, when you got back up, you weren't fully balanced.
No, my foot wasn't under me completely yet.
Right, I know. I've had that happen to me, and I don't know. It hasn't happened to me enough for me to tell you how many seconds that takes for it to go away.
Yeah.
I just go, oh my god, that leg's not working anymore. I am somewhat concussed right now.
Yeah.
You didn't think that at all at the end of that first round.
No, man. You gotta not think about that. You can't think that way. You gotta go out there and be ready for what's in front of you.
And then I also noticed I caught some interview somewhere where their corner, and I know Cody to be around me a very nice, sweet guy.
Yeah.
But when I seen him on TV and just pretty much TV. I haven't seen him fist fight in front of me, but he does seem like he is willing to go at any time, anywhere. And I knew those kind of people when I was a kid, and I really tried to shy away because I would say I would be more like you. The only difference between you and me is I got a fucking mouth on me. I don't have any hands and feet like you do, but I got a fucking mouth. So I got that option. I feel like you're like, look, dude, I like the sport of it. Like I'm not trying to street fight you. I don't want to beat you and your friends up. And it seemed like the whole time they wanted to street fight you and your corner.
Yeah, man.
And they were abusing you in the fight. I saw.
Yeah, verbal. I mean, they wanted me to fight aggressive, and then they also got a little excited thinking that they had to fight one.
It's just weird that even if you thought you were winning, sorry TJ, but
good, dude.
You think you're winning, why berate the guy that's losing? Like it seemed like martial arts you respect
Yeah, you're
people,
supposed to, yeah.
and it seemed very like fucking 8-year-olds. You mean, oh, now you're missing TJ? What's up? I'm like, wow, you really hate TJ.
Yeah, I mean, they must really have some serious hate and jealousy for me, for sure, man. I mean, it's something where it digs deep, you know. I mean, even after the fight, like you thought it'd like die down a little bit.
No,
it's like, nah, man, it's still there. Still,
right. If their corner still hates you.
I haven't. I mean, a lot of those guys. I mean, like Danny Castillo. Like I was close with that guy. You know?
Yeah,
he lived with me in Colorado while we were training together.
He's not cool with you?
No, man. He's Team Cody. You know, and
well, I can
to it.
Like, dude, I can.
Yeah, dude. Me and that guy had a way longer past. You know what I mean? Like we had some serious history together, and like, yeah, man, it's just real crazy. It's real crazy.
You see how that works, though. Like, if you're at Alpha Male, you can't be like, you know what, guys.
But
TJ, you know, respect. I mean, you're not gonna bring that up in there. I wouldn't.
I mean, to an extent. I mean, if Danny Castillo never got cut from the UFC, he'd still be training in Colorado with Dwayne Ludwig. You know, he was the guy that was out there. When I first started training out there, he was out there. A lot of the guys were coming out there. Cody actually has a long text message with one of my head coaches out there about wanting to move out there and get paid for Muscle Farm. And then all the drama happened on Ultimate Fighter, and then he's quiet, and now he's pro Team Alpha Male again, you know? So it's real hypocritical. You gotta, I don't know.
I just wish you guys would fight. Whenever I talk to Cody, when he's talking about stuff that isn't that, seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, of course.
As soon as he starts talking about you, it just seems like he's so angry. I'm like, man, and maybe it seems to me that works for him. So
he's a short fuse guy. Even in bars, like even before he was in the UFC too, like if you had anybody talk crap to you in the bar, talk shit to you, like he'd instantly snap. You'd go to fighting. You know, just like see red instantly.
It seems so dangerous to live like that, especially now.
Well, now if he's getting in a lot of trouble.
He's got real money, a beautiful wife, and a kid on the way.
Yeah.
You do not put hands on people outside of the ring now.
Nah, man, I'm getting some serious trouble.
And he seems like he would do that to you for the rest of our lives.
It seems to
Don't
be
you
like
think?
there's some people...
I wouldn't surprise. I feel like every time you see him, you're like, is he gonna?
Like, is this guy gonna be a dick? But dude, that's the thing though. So like, backstage before, so. The whole entire time, he was a dick the entire time, you know, like filming the Ultimate Fighter the entire time, doing that whole thing. And then it was funny, like we had to do our talk backstage after weigh-ins with Dana. He always gives like a pep talk, like pumps everyone up, tells you like, this is the fucking card, this is it. You know,
so
like,
wait, who's in the room for this?
Every fighter on
just the fighters and Dana White.
And Dana, that's it.
That's it. Okay,
and
cool.
Then, like, you know, I go to walk out of the room, I have to walk by Cody, and it's like, all right, some bullshit's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And we like bump shoulders there. He looks at me, he's like, all right, man, like kind of like cool, you know. It was like the one time like where he showed like, all right, so what the hell's going on, kind of deal, you know. Like it was like that moment to where you know you have to step into the cage and this shit's real. Like you can talk everything you want, the whole build up, you know, talk shit on me, say that you're the baddest man ever, but then when it comes face to face and you know you gotta step in the cage with me the next day, he like was showing respect and being cool.
So did you feel like you had an edge in that exact moment?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, because you saw like a little glimpse of like. You're not as tough as you think you are, you know?
Like you say, now that the time for talk has passed,
yeah.
You have a different tone. And as far as the Team Alpha Male stuff, like I have friends, maybe it's not the same thing. Maybe I'm off base, but like they'll go out with somebody and then as they break up, oh, that's the biggest fucking cunt I ever met. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Well, you went out with her for a year and a half, so how is she the biggest cunt you've ever met?
Yeah.
Maybe I feel like some people need that to like move on from relationships to get closure.
I think emotional and jealousy,
yeah.
Man. Like there's a lot of jealousy with stuff like that. And like if you're doing something good, I mean, you'd think that. I mean, I still have a lot of good friends on Team Alpha Male. You know, I talk with Chad Mendez all the time, Lance Palmer, guys that I still stay close with. That really, even Justin Buckles. Like when I first left and he was in my corner for Dominic Cruz, he's like, "Look, man, you made the right choice. Like this team's running into the ground. We don't have a coach. Like it was the best thing you possibly could have done." But then like he gets the head coaching position, and then he's like, "Team Alpha Male versus everyone. Fuck Dillashaw." You know, so it comes around to being like. Pushing yourself up as well as being a little jealous of other situations.
Is that the guy that tried to fight Dwayne?
Yes, on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He dropped off hard in my opinion when he did that.
Yeah,
I was like, man, the fuck you think you are getting in Dwayne Ludwig's face? Like you haven't paid enough rent to do that.
No.
And then it just seemed like, and he doesn't want to fight you.
Yeah.
So it's like you just look like a fucking asshole. It kind of was like remind me of Ronda Rousey when she did the Ultimate Fighter, where all of a sudden I'm like, wait, is she like a bitch to people? I was unaware. I just thought Ronda was like this cool wrestling cute chick, and the Ultimate Fighter was like, fucking man, oh no you did, and then fucking dickhead corner guys trying to fight everybody, and I was like, man, these two people suck,
dude.
It seemed like
So, but that whole situation, like, obviously Dwayne didn't want to fight him. He was being cool the whole thing, but like, it kind of pissed him off so much behind the scenes that he went home and like started training. He's like, you know what? Maybe I could take a fight. Maybe I will whip Justin Buckle's ass. And went home and started training, but then he's like, his knee won't hold up. You know, like he knew that it was past. You know, like his time is past. But
Yeah,
it
trust me,
still,
I know
it
how
still
that
had
feels.
that thought through his head, like, you know, I'll whoop this guy's ass. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I still say he could. But look, the other thing is, you won. You've got the belt, but you just said so. You admitted it. It was very fucking close. And the next time you fight, I still say, you're not like another level ahead of him. It's just it's you, him, and Dom. Where I'm like, if you guys are gonna fight each other for the belt, your argument to whether who's gonna win, it doesn't mean anything
I think
to me.
Cody's gonna have a lot of trouble working his way even back up too. He does have holes in his game. The only reason why I got caught is because I tried winning that round and I was stupid. I lost control of my last 10 seconds. You know, he is powerful. He does hit hard, but he has a lot of holes in his game. Watch where his hands are at all times. He's always dropping his hand. He doesn't have a chin. I mean, dude, I think he's gonna have a lot of trouble working his way back up.
Well, how did he do so well getting up there in the first place? I mean, he is undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, not anymore. He was undefeated.
Yeah.
He made Dom look bad that night.
He did, but Dom fought his fight. You know what I mean? So like.
Yeah, and Dom was hurt too.
Yeah.
But
Dom,
then again, weren't you hurt?
Going into what?
This last fight?
No.
You weren't at all?
No. I
Okay.
felt good. I felt real good this going into the fight. Yeah.
I thought I heard somebody say.
No, I felt good going into the fight. But like Dom fought emotional. Dom never fights emotional.
Yeah.
He fights smart.
Yeah.
But he actually got in, like, once Cody hit him and came in, then he had to like play catch up this whole time.
Right.
And playing catch up on a counter fighter is not the way you want to fight. You know?
Eh.
So I think he just fought him wrong is what it comes down to.
So when you say work your way back up, I don't think how far down do you think he has to go? I know that you had to go down pretty far, but you got injured as well, and
No, I didn't get injured.
So they made you work because
I
it seems
fought 2 #1 contenders.
you're fucking pissed about
dude,
it.
Trust me, this is like hitting like a nerve with me, right? So I lost a split decision to Cruz that me and a lot of fucking people believe I won. And so I went, even sitting with Dana White and those guys, they're like, yeah, we thought you won the fight. It was crazy, you know, close, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, perfect. Well, then I want an immediate rematch. Like, yeah, we got some things we're figuring out. We'll give you a call in 2 weeks. I don't hear from him. I hear that Uriah Faber's fighting him. It's like, all right, they have a beef. They're going for their trilogy, whatever, you know. So I fight a Sensel on an 8-fight win streak, #1 contender, right? I feel like I'm defending the belt. He's fighting Uriah, was ranked 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
And then again, I don't get the rematch again. Cruz hypes this whole fight up with Cody, which he's ranked #8. I'm #1. He's #8. You know, so then I fight John Lineker, the next #1 contender right below me. So it took me 2 years to get back to getting into a title fight. You know what I mean? And I just knocked this guy out in the 2nd round.
It seems like you personally want to make sure that Cody does at least the exact amount of time that you did.
Not that. I mean, he came up fast, but the weight class is stacked. The weight class is good. You know, we got some guys.
So do you disagree with me that there's more than 3 people? Because it sounds like you're kind of saying that Dom has a chance, but you're not
I
saying.
think Dom's next fight was going to be tough too. I mean, he's got to prove that he's still built for fighting. You know, he just broke his arm in training. The guy's always hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see.
Why do you think that the UFC would treat you differently than Cody in terms of rematches and matchups and whatnot?
I don't know, man.
You really have no theories?
I mean, I do.
Maybe I wasn't selling myself enough. I'm not really sure. You know?
I don't think it's. I don't think it's that. I mean, he doesn't talk, and I think. I mean, you don't like someone tries to talk shit. You don't have a bunch of smart ass replies, but you're an exciting fighter to watch.
Yeah, man.
And I just thought it was like you lost. Regardless if you thought it was look, I thought it could go either way too. I thought maybe Dom won, but I thought if he's the guy that has it, then you have to give him that. You could go.
You're one of those guys that were scoring defensive points though. You don't score a fight.
I don't. Oh, you can't tell me how I score. I don't know how I score. There's no way that I'm not to do this nicking things on a piece of paper, dude. I was like,
sure.
I felt like if it was another round, you were going to win that fight.
I almost fucking finished it.
Right, but I thought that he'd done, and it doesn't matter about that.
Yes,
It matters.
yeah.
It matters now. Yeah. The other parts,
For sure.
and I feel like it seems like you think that you're ahead of everybody.
Of course.
You don't think it's close at all.
No, man. I am ahead of everyone. That's why I want Demetrius Johnson. I want to prove this. I want to prove I'm the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He already turned down a fight against me.
Who?
Demetrius Johnson. We were supposed to fight in August this
Yeah,
year.
okay.
Cody bowed out in July. And so I told Dana White, like, look, Demetrius Johnson's got this big fight coming up. I'll drop to 25s. I'll stop him from breaking the record. This is a big fight. And he turned it down. And he wanted a bigger opponent, but then turned down a fight with me because
he wants more money.
No,
he was on here. He wants a certain amount.
He wants $2 million.
He wanted to break his record.
Oh yeah, no. But now that he's broken the record,
Yeah.
he won't fight you unless he gets $2 million.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's another
So
way
who-
for
so
it's
who
another.
are you really fighting next?
It's another way for him to turn down. Dude, it's gonna come down. He's gonna make more than that.
What about this, TJ Dillashaw? Did you hear GSP say that he doesn't really think it's appropriate for a bigger weight class guy to be calling out a lower weight class guy?
GSP said that.
Yes, about Conor McGregor, because everyone's trying to make him fight Conor. He was like, I don't really see how that works out.
He
I'm a
needs to
different
say
weight
yes
class.
on that. That's a huge fight.
So you're thinking about the money. It seems to
You
me
know
like
how hard it's gonna be. I mean, so it's not hard. It's gonna be a lot of work for me
because you have to cut the weight.
Yeah,
What about the actual fight?
it's gonna be great. Demetrius Johnson.
Who do you think is a tougher fight for you, Demetrius Johnson or Dom or Cody?
I think Demetrius Johnson.
He is okay. So you
He's-
will admit that would, if
a tough
they
fight.
took that fight, you get everyone's the money right. You're like, okay, this is the fucking hardest fight of my career.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, he shows up every fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not his fault that he's not more popular. It's his opponent's fault. No one ever talks about, oh, Demetrius Johnson's fighting such and such. It's like, Demetrius Johnson's breaking his record.
Well-
Demetrius Johnson's on this long win streak. Demetrius Johnson is dominant.
But
They
I
never-
think it's his.
They never talk about the opponent he's fighting.
But he breaks them down in a way that makes it not fun for you to watch. But
He-
what the fact that it remains is he's not a knock. He could knock you out in the first 40 seconds. He's just not dumb enough to risk that. He like starts to find your weakness, slowly breaks you down, rolls on you, wears you out, like, and then like starts to go for the kill in like 45 seconds left of a title shot.
But it's because those guys have weaknesses like that. You know what I mean? He's
You
fighting-
saying you don't?
I don't. I do not. He can't out cardio me like he does everyone else. He can't out wrestle me like he does everyone else. And
What about speed? He's got to be faster,
he's fast.
right?
He's fast. I mean, I don't know if he's faster, but he's fast. It comes down to timing. It comes down to reactions and timing.
And he has
he's great.
some of the greatest.
He's a pound for pound best
Right.
now, right? I mean, it's not like I'm calling out some guy that.
Are you
is
looking
not.
for the money or are you looking for the
Both.
pound for pound?
Both. I
Which
mean,
one's the more important?
Probably the pound for pound.
Right. And
Yeah.
and if you do beat him by
I mean, dude. So I have
do you take that by default immediately? Like all of a sudden, the pound for pound greatest is TJ Dillashaw. Is that
Yeah.
that's how it works? Huh?
I think so, 100%. I mean, so if I didn't lose a split decision fight to Dominic Cruz and a Sensao, I want a 13 fight win streak. Both those fights I don't agree with. You know, they're the one I fought a Sensao in Brazil. You know, and I got to rematch him on UFC 200 and beat him for 3 rounds. And then the split decision against Cruz. Those 2 fights go in my favor from one judge messing it up. I'm on a 13 fight win streak. I'm defending my belt 6 times.
Yes, but you didn't, so you can't say that it's a 13.
Yeah,
you can't say that.
You could say that I can't, but I can say that. I just said
Well,
it.
you have to say
I
that
just said
because
it.
that's how you guys stay on top. I know how your brains work.
Well, no. But I kind of agree with you, TJ. It's not like you got knocked out. It's not like you had a unanimous
I
decision.
didn't get
You had
dominated.
2 split decisions.
Yeah.
That is different.
Yeah, look, I've said, look, it's weird. Your discussion it with such a small amount of information about how you just sort of jumped in a little bit at the end of that first round
Yeah.
and got caught because I love the way Cody fights, but he is. I thought for sure that Dom would beat him, but when I saw how fast he was with Dom, but then Dom told me that his legs were hurt and he wasn't throwing kicks, and I'm like, okay, if you're saying that that's not true,
No, it's
your
true.
eyes went off
No,
to the.
I'm saying yes. Like I was at to burp.
Oh,
so I
okay.
pulled my face away from the camera.
I'm watching you, TJ. I fucking.
He's in my head right now. He's analyzing everything.
That's my fucking job. You're gonna fight. And I'm gonna talking to people.
Fair
Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
But you're. So if I see his, I don't want to say simple, but he's more of a stock MMA looking guy. Like he has a boxing thing. He's very
Good
fast.
wrestling defense.
Right. He's very good at
wrestler,
sprawls.
He's got good boxing.
Right. Very fast. Very scary fast.
Very fast.
But you're the extension of Dom. You've done this thing, and with Dwayne, you're the new version of MMA. You've got this weird thing that you're bamboozling people. You're fucking them up. I thought when I first watched that fight, I'm like, oh shit, he got you. He really is that good. He can fucking beat anybody. And then the
He's got
second
same
round.
thing, and I made a mistake, which is obviously you
No, when you're saying that, it's I don't want to use the word excuse. It's such a believable scenario. How you were like, wait, this is pretty close. I'm gonna jump in and yeah, when you're in his little hook zone,
Yeah.
that's a
I played
fucking
his game.
dangerous ass world to
I played
be
his
in.
game for the 10 seconds. I heard the clapper. I went into his game. You know, he's got a right hand.
Right.
He's got a right hand. That's what he has.
And it's on the button too.
Dude, it's hard. I was coming in
And
as hard as you can.
and you're awake, which is that says something because he usually makes people go to sleep
I
with
was
that.
coming in as hard as I can, and he came in. It was like we met each other, and he put it right on the button.
Yeah.
You know, if y'all watched the replay, it was like you can't get any cleaner.
Right,
than that,
knuckle
you
on
know?
jaw. It was
But if you
spot
watch,
on.
I hit my butt. I come into a single leg, and I'm moving my head as
Yeah.
he's throwing at me.
No,
I'm
you were still
aware.
alive. Well, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? If you watch the difference, when I hit him with the right hand, he's on his back, and his face is face down on the mat.
I remember the first time I met him, he was talking about, before he was in the UFC, he had a lot of, what was the thing, the lasers that scattered the cluster of something in his fucking brain? Remember he was talking to us about some laser, he had like a cluster in his brain from concussions.
From
and
all boxing and stuff.
Yeah, and they did some weird laser thing where they break up the particles. He said he had no equilibrium for a couple of months. Like some story where I was like, "Oh my god, this is before the UFC." Yeah. I'm like, man, your poor brain.
Yeah, it shows.
Man, I'm gonna leave that alone. He's been nothing but nice to me.
Of course.
But you won fair and square, man, and hats off to you. I'm not gonna say I'm surprised because I'm not surprised. I'm not. I wouldn't have been surprised either way. Like I said, all three of you. I know you talk about those other guys that are in the 4th and 5th.
I agree with you. Those are
They're not as good as you guys.
No. But like I said, I do think Cody's gonna have a little more problem getting back to the top. Like I was never thinking like Dom would have a problem getting back to top. He's like so funky and he can make things work. He's proved it for a long time. I do think that I really don't believe that Cody has a chin and he does have some holes in his game. Just don't play his game and you can win a fight.
Would you go upper class?
Would I go upper class?
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, I definitely would. I mean, I'm not afraid of that either. You know, I think the biggest fight, the reason why I'm calling out Demetrius, because it is the biggest fight. Not only because I want it to happen, fans want it to happen, the UFC wants it to happen. They already tried making it happen. Yeah. You know, so it's all about him agreeing to it now. Really. It
sucks, like you said. He is the pound for pound greatest, but he is for some weird reason not that entertaining. Even when what he's doing is just perfection most of the time. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of all MMA. But when I watch him destroy the highest level guy, I'm kind of like, I could even like reach over and grab a chip from the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, when I'm watching you and Cody fight, there was no fucking grabbing chips. I was like, oh my god, the whole time.
That proves my point exactly. Is that will you be doing that if I'm fighting Demetrius Johnson?
No.
Think about exactly. So why not accept a fight where people are going to be not eating popcorn during your fight? They're going to be glued to the TV because they want to see what's going to happen. That's the whole point of this sport.
Myself and Tully have brought this up several times. Is it the same? Because to me, I think if you're an MMA fan, like you actually know a little bit more, this is a fight you would never miss.
Yes.
But if you're Conor McGregor dumbum who's like, ah, you know what I mean, like famous people, Ronda Rousey's coming back.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's back.
Yeah, like you're that moron. Yeah. Then that fight isn't selling the pay-per-views of the ding dong. The dude that shows up at the main event.
This sport's gotten so popular now, and there's a lot more people that are knowledgeable in the sport that this thing's going to sell like crazy. You know, everyone I talk to is so into it, you know, and so.
Well, who's going to tell you it's a bad fight?
It's true.
Well, you talk to people who know the sport, you know, more than the ding dongs. But I loved what Dana said, unless there's something I'm missing, where he said, okay, so Demetrius wants tons of money, and I don't want to guarantee him tons of money that I'm not sure he's going to make back for me. What about if we just gave you a really generous percentage? And if this fight is as big as you believe it is, well, then you'll get the money that you believe you deserve.
Why
What's the problem?
Bet on yourself.
Yeah, I think that's
Would you do that? Would you do that, TJ?
Yeah, I'm going to.
You would take that deal?
As I'm doing.
You're already telling them, yes, let's do that deal.
Yeah, I get percentage of pay-per-views.
This is pure Demetrius shutting you down. This is what you're saying.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Like, he needs to bet on himself. Like, this fight's going to sell. Bet on a percentage of the pay-per-view. Don't ask for this guaranteed money. Bet on, like, what you know it's going to do. Like, I'm betting on myself.
Right.
You know, I don't need you to guarantee me this money. Let's go out and do this thing, and I know everyone's going to want to watch it. I know it.
Right, and I know that if that fight is announced and then all of a sudden I see that Demetrius is saying this is personal and he's firing shots at you on Twitter, I'll know that he got the percentage deal, not the guarantee deal.
Hey, who was it you were saying from Team Alpha Male is not your friend anymore?
Who's that? What do you mean? Castillo?
Yeah, Castillo. Do you think that's because you guys were naked once and it was way obvious that your dick's way bigger than his? Allegedly. I hear shit, man. I hear shit. See, by that laugh, that means that might have been a little bit true. Just saying. Jason Ellis gets the scoops. I've been meaning to bring that up to you for like 2 years. You fucking changed the color of his face from that question. That's awesome. Don't be ashamed. Like, you got a giant dick, little guy with a giant dick, bigger than a guy that's bigger than him. That's got to be. It's got to be as a competitor. That's got to tear the heart out of you. You know.
Nothing wrong with that.
You're in a bigger weight class, and this little guy is fucking swinging bigger than you in front of everybody. Good for you guys. Living the life. MMA, traveling the world, swinging dicks.
Yep. I mean, makes
taking belts.
Makes the weight cut that much tougher, but.
Well, it's going to be a true accomplishment if you make it down to 125. Even more so.
I'll make it, man.
All
I
things
already know
considered.
that. So
When you go to if you took that fight, are you a guy that needed like a GSP that needs to like change your body shit? You need like way more time. You would do that.
Yeah.
How much time would you need to be a 125 title
I told
fighter?
the UFC I need 16 to 18 weeks to do it. You know,
Okay.
'cause I need to do it the right way. You know, I'm not gonna like I could have made 125s at weigh-ins at New York.
Just done the weird old school
Just
wrestling thing. Just die, kill yourself.
Kill yourself, flush the fluids out. You know, but I'm
This
looking
is
to
so
be
weird.
the best me possible. You know, so I need to do. I'm gonna turn into a triathlete. You know,
How do you know that diet already? How do you know it takes that much time?
Because I've already done it. So when Cody pulled out of the fight and Dana told me like, look, your next fight's Demetrius Johnson, because I put it in his head, he loved it. He's like, that's your fight. I was like, okay. So I was still thinking that for 4 weeks. So from that day he told me that, I had 4 weeks to work on my diet. I was waking up at 154 in the morning, which your truest weight's what you wake up at.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So I was waking up at 154 every morning when I was getting ready for 135s in July. The day Dana told me I had 4 weeks, or the day Dana told me after 4 weeks I was waking up at 140. After practice I was at 137. That's reachable within 2 days.
Yep.
A day. You know, so
And you didn't feel that bad.
no, I actually felt great. I had to do a lot of work. You know what I mean? I was waking up in the mornings and I was running 5, 6, 7 miles in the morning before practices. You know, I was doing.
How do you get that? You don't feel like that takes out the training
Oh.
after that, or you feel great?
You got to do so it's not like one of those trainings where you're going to kill yourself. It's more of like the long-term endurance kind of training.
You're just trying to
It
lose.
thins you out. You know,
Right.
I'm going to have to lose some muscle. You know what I mean? So I put muscle on to fight 135s. That's why I'm so lean at 35s too, because I stack it on. I stack it on before I cut it. And now I'm not going to be able to stack it on before I cut it. I'm just going to have to start cutting. I mean, because my body fat percentage was only 6 to 5% when I was at 35s.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same. I'm just going to be less muscle.
Would you do a practice one, or you like actually fight at one to like cut the weight and then see what it would be like the next day, or you just like
No, I'll train close. I'll train at what I'm going to fight at. So that's the same way I do at 35. So I train. So I know I'm going to weigh like 150, 151 when I step in the cage to fight 35s. So that's what I keep my body weight at all the time when I'm training. Same things I'll do when I'm going to fight 25s. I'll probably fight at 140. So I'm going to walk around, train at 140.
Do you ever get out of shape?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. You know, I mean,
Not really though.
No.
Like, what's the biggest you get?
155. That's probably the
Was that
biggest
like a
I've done.
Christmas deal or something?
Yeah, going to like Thanksgiving and stuff. You know, like
I mean-
like now I weigh 155 right now.
So,
I mean,
and
I've gone to bed heavier than that this last week because I blew up. I went to bed probably like 159 is the biggest I've been.
wait,
But
do you stand on the scale?
8 pounds over, and you call yourself an athlete.
Wait, do you stand on the scale before you go to bed and when you wake up?
Not always, but sometimes like when I just had to fight 2 weeks ago and I'm like, damn, I wonder what I weigh. I'll check my weight.
Oh, okay.
But yes, during fight camp I check my weight every morning.
Right.
Every morning.
That makes
I check my
sense.
weight, yeah. I listen to my heart rate while I'm sleeping. I check my weight in the morning.
Wait, you listen to your heart rate when you're sleeping?
I sleep with a heart rate monitor on to know like my heart rate variabilities and what my body's doing and how recovered I am to know how hard I need to go the next day and
Oh wow! Like if you didn't get a good night's sleep, then you won't train so hard that day.
or if I trained really hard one day and I listen and my heart rate says I didn't recover enough from after that hard work, the next day can't be as hard.
Hey, I need a heart monitor, and if the show took it out of me, and the heart monitor says that took it out of me, well then the next day I'm not going to be going so hard. I'll come in here for some light radio. You know what I mean? Maybe a 25-minute interview with TJ, and then he's got to get the fuck out of here because I got to relax, man. I did not get a lot of rest last night. If you want optimum Jason Ellis show, that's what we should be doing.
100%.
I want that.
Yeah, man.
I mean, not for the show, but I want a sleep heart rate thing. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just use a heart rate. I mean, it's a whole different program than
You got the shit around your chest while you sleep?
There's two different kinds. There's that one, or there's like a little patch. But yeah, I like the one with the chest. It's just a heart rate monitor on your chest, and you put the watch next to the bed. It tracks your whole sleep. I mean, this new coach I've been working with in Southern California, he's the one that's going to be able to get me to 25s. He's super scientific of everything, doing my hormone levels, taking hair analysis to see what toxins are in my body, taking certain supplements because of it. You know.
Is this guy been hired for a potential having to make 125, or this guy was getting hired anyway?
He was getting hired anyway. So I met him during the Ultimate Fighter. My training partner, Juan Archuleta, has been working with him for a long time. His name's Sam Calavita out at the training lab. And he brought him onto the show, and I picked his brain a little bit while on the show, and I was so blown away with what he was telling me that I knew I had to come down to Southern California and check out his facility and start working with him a little bit. I wasn't planning on doing my training camp down here until the fact that I came down and seen the gains that I made so quickly with the diet he changed me.
Man,
with,
how the
way-
fuck do
the way
you
I was
find
working out.
gains? I mean, you already knew everything.
Exactly.
You were not.
Dude,
You're not a big fat athlete. Like you're lean.
Yeah.
So what did he? What now? What do you do?
He took my hormone levels through the roof with my diet. The things I was doing with my
Wait,
diet.
what?
Yeah.
Food changes your hormones drastically, though.
Drastically, dude. My androgen levels were crashing. I was stressing my body out too much. My adrenal glands were messed up. Like he changed all of it. Dude, me and my wife were trying to get pregnant for a while, and it wasn't working out until 3 months after working with Sam, and it just happened. You know, like so switching.
He made that giant dick lethal. Sorry.
Took the safety off.
Pretty much, yeah. But no, I'm telling you, man. Like he's able to like change a lot, and it's like, it's a full-time job. It's a full-time job.
And this guy knows more than other people.
He does.
Son of a gun.
To an extreme. I've been working out since I was 8 years old, wrestling all the way through my college career, fighting, being a professional, and thought I ate healthy until I really met Sam. You know, and I was doing a good job, but not nowhere near like what he's got me on. It's insane.
Is it possible for normal people to eat similar to what you're doing with this guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not.
I mean,
like
it's hard. Oh, it's really hard, but
Oh.
it's possible. I mean, you pretty much have to be ketogenic. You've heard of ketogenic diets, right? High fat, high proteins, no carbs, no sugars, 0 sugars. I mean, I'm not full ketogenic diet because I work out so hard to keep my body in ketosis. Like if you're on a ketogenic diet, you're not having fruits and natural sugars like that. But I'm allowed to have that because of how hard I work out. I need some of those carbs. The only carbs I get, the complex carbs, are not even, they're no complex, but the carbs I get are from fruits and vegetables.
So avocados and shit.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, and I juice every day. I juice a cold pressed juice. I make a little recipe every day, and there's all these things I do. You know, and I don't eat any grains, like no bread, no flour, no rice. You know.
But you have nuts and stuff, though, right?
Yeah.
That ketogenic
Seeds.
thing, people listening would know that paleo is basically
Close to it, yeah.
right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
And that made another difference.
Big time, yeah. Well, and then also, I mean, it's not just one thing. That's the thing. Like, so I can tell people these things because you can go and listen to it, but it's not going to change everything for you. Actually, you might hinder yourself by doing it if you don't know how to train the right ways with it. If you don't know like the heart rate variability, if you don't know how to improve like a lot of things, you know. And but by doing that, it's numbers don't lie. You know, your body's going to tell you exactly what it's doing. From listening to your heart, from you going through your VO2 max, from getting an RMR done, doing a hair analysis, seeing what's in your body. Man, you know, the hormone testing.
I'm kind of glad it's over for me. It sounds like so much work.
You're not taking another fight?
I might take another fight. I was thinking more about taking a Muay Thai fight.
Oh.
Because I never had a Muay Thai fight before, and I liked that last fight, but I don't really want to diet. I don't really want to. I know you, and I see all these other people at the gym, and I'm well aware that I'm just a pile of shit in there. And I'm critical of, you know, I mean, I feel like certain people look sloppy in the UFC, and then I watch my fight, and I'm like, oh, man, what the fuck are you doing in there? Seriously. You know what I mean? Like okay, I landed some shit, and I won the fight, goddammit. I caught it in a submission.
I watched it.
But it was some messy shit. I'm a messy, shitty MMA fighter.
You haven't been training martial arts your whole life.
Yeah, I know.
You've been skateboarding and doing crazy shit.
I know, but I feel like I got one, and I let King of the Cage were nice enough to let me in there with a guy that wasn't, you know what I mean, that was of a level that wouldn't murder me.
Well, dude, it's your first fight. So that's the thing, too. Like, when I took my first fight, I was fighting a pro debuter. You know, I don't go in there in my first fight and fight some dudes in the UFC.
Yeah.
You know, you got to fight your level.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, I think I got above my level, quite frankly. I think
what about when you
he was
did
beating
the
me
Ellis
badly
show against Carwin?
Yeah, see, I don't want to do that again.
That was the dumbest idea ever. Dude, because I train in Colorado, and so he shows up and he's like hitting mitts and stuff. I was like, what are you getting ready for? He's like, oh, I'm fighting Jason Ellis in the Ellis show. I was like, what?
No.
He's like, yeah, they're going to tie my arm down and I'm going to knock out Ellis.
Oh.
Dude, I was like, that's the worst decision. Look at this guy. Look how big his head is compared to you.
Yeah, dude, I was like 220 that day, and he just picked me up like I was like 80 pounds.
Dude, I was hanging out with this guy. We're at my neighbor's house. We're on the lake, and we're all drinking beer, hanging out on the boat. And my neighbor asked me, like, hey, you need a beer? He's like, oh, I got one. Turns his hand around. You can't see the beer.
Right, no, I know.
His hands are massive. They're like a lunchbox.
We had dinner the night before he knocked me out, and I had my girlfriend at the time and all her girlfriends, and then somebody noticed how big his fingers were.
Dude.
Because they're like substantial dicks.
Yeah, he's got dick fingers.
All of them. Yeah, he's dick fingers. We were calling him dick fingers at the table. And he was so fucking nice and laughing. And,
oh, yeah.
And then when I got in that ring, I remember like climbing through the ropes, and he was not nice at all. He was
How
like,
did you feel after this?
Oh, I got concussed.
For sure.
Yeah, I had, because usually at the end of the Ellis Mania, I like get the microphone and thank everybody for coming out. And I remember catching words not coming out correctly. And I remember I was like, I'll make this quick, and then I'll give the mic to someone because I should probably sit down. I felt drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of because it's different when you get knocked out in adrenaline mode. You know what I mean? When you get knocked out and it's just like at the gym, you know you get knocked out.
Yeah.
The adrenaline. And I was like, I think I'm alright. I mean, I'm talking, and then I was like, yeah, everybody fake, and I'm like, oh, you got hit,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that night I felt I stayed up as late as I could because I know that. I unfortunately know that feeling. And then he chased me I saw him that night, and he chased me, picked me up and started beating me up while my wife and her girlfriend were like on him. So they were on him, and he picked me up and started beating me up again. I was like, please stop coming after me. And then he came to my room that night, and I fell asleep on the couch, and he grabbed my the inner knee clawed me and woke me up.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you mean good see? And I was like, no, no more Shane Cowan tonight. Like, I remember just waking up and seeing his giant fucking head over, and I was like, no, please stop.
Dude, I swear, if you get a few drinks, I mean, he drinks a lot, but if you get a few drinks, not like he drinks all the time. I mean, like, he takes a lot to get him drunk. He's a big man.
Makes sense.
But if you put some drinks into him, he forgets how big he is. Like, he'll be hanging out with him, and he'll, like, hit you in the shoulder, and you, like, fly, 3 feet.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, you can't do that.
Yeah, he big brothers you.
Yeah, big time.
He does that all the time.
Dude, he's a super nice guy. He's awesome to hang out with, but as soon as you get some drinks in him, you better watch your ass.
I don't think I've never brushed up against anything that powerful in my life.
No
like,
way.
I remember I was trying to bump my shoulder off him and throw a hook. Like, I actually thought that would work out for me. And every time his shoulder touched my shoulder, I almost fell over. So there was never... I was just like, what is he made of?
Yeah.
I saw a jab coming at one point, and I was like, I'll just push that out of the way. And it went straight through my hand, through my head, and knocked me on my ass. And I'm like... I remember looking at my corner, and they were scared. Yeah. So it didn't... I was just terrified that
They had
even
nothing
happened.
to say. They were so scared.
The only thing good about it is every now and then people like you go, man, that was fucking crazy. I go, okay, cool, I think. Got a guy at the gym one time, Muay Thai guy, was like, man, he fucking fought Shane Cowan. That was a fucking respect, man. I was like, cool, because that dude's a gnarly dude. And I was like, all right. Well, that didn't, you know what I mean? I'll probably kill myself in 20 years from that punch, but sure. As long as I get a pat on the back now, that's the main thing.
TJ, I know we have to let you go in a couple minutes. I wanted to ask, what do you make of this whole Uriah, like you fighting Uriah?
It's just a claim for him wanting to make some money. You know, I mean, the guy's retired. You know, I mean, when I'm gonna fight a guy in a retirement home. It'd be okay. So
I landed punches on him, TJ. I mean, if I can, you can.
I shouldn't talk so much crap because I'd make a lot of money from it, and it'd be a very easy fight. But as on the sports aspect of it, he doesn't deserve one. He doesn't deserve a shot. Just like the other 8 or 9 he's gotten.
Oh, man, stay out of
it was no more than 4.
Oh my God, champ! Thanks for being on the show.
Of course.
Well, we've got to go. We're going to take fucking Tully. Thanks, dude.
Of course.
All right, we'll be back, everybody.